This is Valley News Live at 6.
The student newspaper at the University of North Dakota has issued an apology after intense backlash sparked on social media. It has to do with one of its most recent articles about this year's Super Bowl halftime show and the subject matter of rape. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley talked with UND students today who say they're extremely disappointed this happened on their college campus.
Halftime performance or porn? That's the question one reporter of UND student newspaper, The Dakota Student, wrote in a recent article that has many on social media up in arms.
I don't get how people can attribute human value to what you wear.
But it's not the halftime show critique that has people like Tandeschi upset. Rather, one specific part connecting the performance to reasons why rape and sex trafficking occur.
It was victim blaming, victim shaming.
The paragraph reads in part, "We wonder why there is so much rape and sex trafficking going on nowadays. Well, when we decrease the values of our bodies by wearing few clothes and dancing inappropriately, we are telling society that it is acceptable to view women as just a piece of meat."
Basically that every woman who's out there dancing at level 10 on a Friday night who's dressed a little bit provocatively deserves to be raped.
It's disrespectful to human trafficking victims, and it's disrespectful to rape and assault victims. It is just very demeaning to anything that anyone's ever gone through regarding that.
Tandeschi and Klefstad say with 1 in 3 women a victim of sexual assault, they fear the article could make victims feel even more isolated and prevent them from ever coming forward.
Things like this and people supporting things like this and this being published at the college that you go to, why would you ever report an assault then?
They say they hope both the student paper and those on campus take this as a learning lesson that starts a conversation of change. In Grand Forks, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
The Dakota Student released an apology on their Facebook page this afternoon, along with one from the writer of the article, who says, in part, "I realize now that my wording about rape and sex trafficking was inappropriate and hurtful, and I apologize to anyone that I may have hurt by this." We have the full apology on our Valley News Live app. Warmer temps are finally here, but there's even better news in the days to come. Hutch is here now with your No Wait weather planner. Hutch?
Hey, Mike, the sun has just completed setting for the day. Gorgeous skies out to the west and temperatures finally going back up in the right direction. We started out brutal cold, 26 below in Park Rapids first thing this morning. Temperatures there near 20 above now. A nice jump of about 40 or 45 degrees. A 24-degree evening in Jamestown right now. Teens elsewhere with a little bit of wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Still wind chilly out there, but all in all, we'll stay above the 0-degree mark for the evening. Temperatures in the teens until bedtime. After that, we don't get as cold as we've been the last couple of nights. So I'll have details on how warm we get as we head toward the weekend ahead, Mike, and we'll take a glance at that storm system we've been watching for next week as well.
Looks good.
You bet.
All right, thanks. Some employees at a farm equipment factory in Fargo are being laid off. An employee tipped off Valley News Live today, saying around 35 people can expect to be permanently laid off from the Case New Holland plant. Alexandra Kay is live with the latest details now. Alexandra, what do you have for us?
Mike, employees walked into work today to a notice posted saying that 35 workers will be laid off as early as March 23rd. Now, we are told that these type of layoffs usually happen around December or January, not February or March. Case New Holland is not new to these types of layoffs. 39 workers were laid off in January. A union representative I spoke with told me that this is a continuation of those layoffs that happened in January because right now the market for agricultural equipment is down, causing production to be down as well. Workers I spoke with today also said that it will be the newer employees that will be getting laid off, but they do have a chance of getting rehired. We reached out to Case New Holland for a comment, but we are still waiting to hear back. Reporting live in Fargo, Alexandra Kay, Valley News Live.
All right, thanks, Alexandra, for that live report. A 25-year-old man is dead after a farming accident near Oaks, North Dakota. It happened last night northwest of Oaks, and the victim was pronounced dead at the scene. His name has not been released and won't be until family have been notified. In Moorhead, police are asking for your help identifying 2 suspicious individuals that may be involved in mailbox tampering. The two were in the area between 8th Street and 14th Street South near Bellesley Boulevard last night. One is described as a white male in his late 30s. He was wearing a windbreaker and a stocking cap. There's no description for the second individual. Police are asking anyone with cameras in the area to check between the hours of 2:30 and 4:30 a.m. And if you have any information, get a hold of them. A small leak led to an odor issue at a South Elementary School in West Fargo today. That small leak was in the boiler inside the school. The leak has since been cleaned up and fixed, but the odor lingered throughout the day. The school says it will let parents know if there are any changes to tomorrow's schedule. To read the full statement, you can visit Valley News Live's app. For state and local road crews this time of year, it's time to fill in a few potholes due to the cold and moisture. North Dakota Department of Transportation says they work year-round placing temporary patches over cracked roads. For the city of Fargo, filling in cracked concrete is a little more complicated. They'll do some minor cosmetic work on holes, but the heavy lifting doesn't start until April. The wear and tear of driving over potholes can cause damage to your vehicle.
Honestly, there's really nothing you can do about them. You can't avoid them all the time. You don't see them all the time. You might be going faster than you should be all the time.
Driving over potholes can impact your springs and struts. Most car shops say that they'll inspect under your car when you get an oil change to check for any damage caused by potholes. A well-known building near downtown Fargo is being torn down. The McDonald's on Main Avenue closed its doors in December of last year after their lease was not renewed. Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad is the owner of the land and says there's no immediate plans for new development, but the land is available for lease. Fargo police are warning you tonight of a wanted high-risk sex offender. 44-year-old Timothy Oplin was convicted of third-degree sexual assault for molesting a 5-year-old boy in a church basement in 1991. He's also convicted of raping a teenage girl multiple times while recruiting members for a gang. If you have any information about his whereabouts, you're asked to contact police. Two men are facing multiple charges after police found meth and marijuana in their home in Fertile, Minnesota. 31-year-old Matthew Bierman and 27-year-old Brandon Ambule are facing several drug charges. Authorities found 23 grams of meth, 3.4 grams of marijuana, and nearly $1,500 in cash. Later on Valley News Live at 6, ice fishing season is coming to a close. What the DNR is reminding you to be careful of.
Temperatures in the teens and the 20s as we round out our Thursday evening here in the Valley. We do have even warmer temperatures heading our way after we started the day well below zero. Details are coming up next.